In the kingdom of Aquala, she was just a maid, silent, forgotten, unseen. But when the moon kissed the river, her truth awakened. By day, she served royalty. By night, she was royalty. A goddess born of water. A warrior bound by fate. Please watch till the end. Chapter 1, The Maid of the Silent Kingdom. By day, she scrubbed palace floors with her bare hands, dressed in rags soaked from royal footpaths. Her name was Ada-Eri, the orphan maid from the kingdom of Aquala, where servants had no voice and no one looked them in the eye. But by night, the river behind the palace whispered to her. And when the moon touched her skin, her rags transformed into silk spun by water spirits. Her eyes glowed blue. She was no longer a maid. She was the last daughter of the Sea Queen, a goddess cursed to walk on land. Chapter 2, The Prince and the Garden Cave. Prince Obinna, first son of King Ugachukwu, once stumbled upon Ada-Eri singing behind the palace. Her voice, soft as ripples, froze him. She ran. He followed. In the hidden cave behind the royal garden, he saw her transform, flesh to water, feet to fin. But he said nothing. For 7 nights, he returned, watching the girl with dusty feet become a glowing deity beneath moonlight. He was falling in love with a mystery. Chapter 3, The Night of the Moon Festival. The Moon Festival arrived. Ada-Eri was forced to serve drinks in the royal court. She kept her head down, hiding her sea birthmark. But the Queen Mother saw it, the mark of the Forbidden Sea clan. The guards chased her. She ran to the river. The prince tried to protect her, but it was too late. She dove into the water, and vanished before their eyes. The kingdom declared her a witch. But the river knew her name. Chapter 4, The Witch Hunter's Curse. Witch hunters came from across lands, promising the king that Ada-Eri would be found and burned. But each hunter who entered the riverbanks never returned. The sky began to cry. Rain fell for 7 days. A voice echoed from the river one night, "She was never yours. You cannot kill water." The people grew afraid. Some began to worship her in secret. Chapter 5, The Prophecy of the River Oracle. An old oracle rose from the deepest waters and came to the palace gates. Blind but smiling, he said, "You chased your protector away. She was the tide that held your curses back." He dropped a single shell at the prince's feet. "When she returns, she will not come to serve, but to reign." The shell glowed, and cracked. Chapter 1, The River That Rejected Peace. 3 moons had passed, and the kingdom of Aquala had not healed. The queen never smiled. The prince never spoke again. The floods had receded, but the memory of the goddess still haunted the waters. And deep beneath the coral palace, Ada-Eri stirred. A fire had touched the ocean. Rivers had begun to boil. And an ancient oath had been broken. The sea had been challenged. Chapter 2, Fire Beneath the Throne. Far to the east, in the fire-scorched kingdom of Igbaroko, a forgotten prince had done the unthinkable. He broke the seal of Yuzoni, the demon of fire and bone, a creature cast into the earth by the gods themselves. Why? To melt the oceans. To burn the sea spirits. To rise where water once ruled. With one chant, fire crawled beneath the lands, and the first sacred river, Omanzu, began to disappear. Ada-Eri felt it. She rose from her throne. Her eyes turned silver. And she whispered only one name. Obinna. Chapter 3, The Prince Who Waited Too Long. Prince Obinna stood by the ruined garden cave every full moon. Waiting. Hoping. Regretting. He spoke no words, but his heart thundered louder than drums. Until one night, the wind brought a voice. The waters are at war, and you must choose a side. He turned, and there she was, glowing, taller, crowned in light and sea mist. He ran to her. But she didn't smile. She only said one thing: the gods gave me silence to learn humility. But now, they've given me fire to make war. Chapter 4, The Curse of the Boiling River. The sacred river Omanzu turned red. Fish floated lifeless. Trees turned to ash. And the villagers began to vanish, one by one. The demon Yuzoni had awakened fully. His body made of ash, eyes like coals, voice like cracking skulls. The sea is weak, he roared. Let the flames rise where waves once ruled. Ada-Eri stood at the river's edge, her arms stretched wide. Spirits formed behind her, water leopards, moon birds, river children. But the fire demon had followers too. Mortal kings, witches, greedy men. Chapter 5, A Choice Carved in Flame. Yuzoni captured Obinna. He offered Ada-Eri a deal: let the sea burn, and I'll spare him. Or fight me, and the prince dies screaming. She stepped forward. Her glowing eyes dimmed. And she said softly, you made one mistake, demon of ash. You threatened the only man who saw me. When I was just a maid with dusty feet. The earth split. Fire clashed with water. Thunder battled flame. In the end, silence. Obinna awoke on the shore, alone. His voice returned. But no sign of Ada-Eri. Only a whisper in the wind, I chose the sea, but I never stopped loving you. Chapter 1, The Queen Who Walked Without a Body. They say spirits fade when forgotten. But some queens refuse to rest. In the market town of Naodiu, children started whispering, a woman with eyes like water is walking at night. They saw her shadow, but never her face. Pots broke. Walls cracked. Rivers reversed direction. It was her. Ada-Eri's spirit. But something was wrong. She didn't remember who she was. Chapter 2, The Oracle of Fire and Dust. Obinna traveled far, guided only by dreams. Dreams where Ada-Eri called his name from inside a mirror of smoke. In the village of broken drums, he found the oracle, blind, ancient, wrapped in rags of ash. Your goddess has been split, part of her fights beneath the ocean, the other walks lost among mortals. To awaken her, you must find the memory shell, and offer your greatest pain. The oracle coughed blood, and turned to stone. Chapter 3, The Masked Boy and the Forbidden Drum. In a forest that never stopped drumming, Obinna met a boy with no voice. A mask covered his face. His drum was alive. He wrote on the sand, "The shell is buried beneath the talking tree. But the tree drinks pain, not water." Obinna followed him, and saw it. A giant tree glowing with blue and red sap. Faces screamed from its bark. He stabbed his palm and let the blood drip. The tree opened its roots. And the memory shell sang her name. Chapter 4, The Return of Ada-Eri's Mind. The shell glowed in Obinna's hand. He whispered, "Adama, remember." At that moment, across the sea, the lost spirit walking through Naodiu stopped. Her eyes cleared. Her crown shimmered. She remembered her name. Ada-Eri gasped. Her voice returned, so loud it broke glass. But the reunion had a cost. The fire demon Yuzoni was not dead. And now, he knew she was whole. Chapter 5, When the Sky Forgot the Ground. The sky darkened at noon. The rivers turned red again. The final war had begun. Yuzoni rose in full form, this time with a crown of volcanic smoke and an army of flame spirits. Ada-Eri and Obinna rode the waves, gods behind them, mortals before them. The sea and sky clashed. Lightning carried names of ancestors. Volcanoes opened midair. And in the center, the goddess and the prince danced in battle. Not against each other, but against a world that never believed in love and power existing in the same body. The end. Please subscribe, comment, turn on the notification bell, like and share to reach a wider audience. See you in my next video. Lastly, don't forget Grow Party is activated in the comments section for all upcoming monetizable creators.